Hello and welcome to another episode of Lean Business Agility, today from Bangkok.
All right.
And with me is Kulawat.
It's nice to be here.
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks, Kulawat, for having some time for me.
Okay.
Today, we want to talk about flight levels, and flight levels specifically here in Thailand.
All right.
Nice, but before we start, who are you?
Okay. I'm Kulawat. I'm an agile coach in Thailand. Been doing agile for 10 years, I suppose, from just doing team stuff, and then finding my way to other a lot of organization things, or even helping the community learning together with an expert like you.
So today we want to talk about flight levels, right?
Okay.
So I'm not sure if everybody knows what flight level is. So what is your understanding of flight levels?
Okay. Well, a few days ago, someone asked me, "What is this flight level? Is it new stuff or is it old stuff?" And my answer was like, it's kind of old and new in a way. If you learning, lean, Kanban stuff, you probably stumble upon it along the way, and I've been using it for quite some time. Not exactly, but something like that. But then it become much clearer when I attend your class. Actually, just early this year, the flight level class, and we call it Enterprise Agility here. To me, it gives me some answer of a missing link. Usually when you using agile, you're talking about end-to-end flow. You want to create agility for everyone that involved in delivery stuff to your customer, sending value to your customer, right? But there's always a missing link about how would you connect the organization goals, like up from the management and down to the delivering team, and also feedback up on what is your going on the right path, if your strategy is working. There's always been a missing link to me, and then flight level to me is kind of tool that linking this high level of strategy level and then at the operation level together.
Yeah, I think that's also my understanding. Surprise.
Okay.
So I think it's really a missing link. So we talk about strategy a lot. So we talk about years, and we talk about like working in a team quite a lot, which is weeks. So and with flight levels, we somehow can bridge this gap in terms of time. By the way, Jay Bloom is talking a lot about this, bridging the gap of time. That's one thing, and we have agility across teams in the end, right? So you mentioned the training. So for me, it was a total surprise that in this training showed up really C-level people. So there were CTOs there,
right.
XOs,
yes.
basically. And is this normal for Bangkok? Because in Europe, usually in public classes, you don't see any C-level people.
Well, actually, this is the very first time for me to see, not just a few, was like almost more than half of the class is filled with executives, right? And I was kind of surprised myself, to see that amount of interest and amount of energy in the class. Yeah. And I tell one of my friends that if you remember back then 4 or 5 years ago, if you are like a developer and you're like a project manager, you attend a CSN class and you feel inspired and you want to go back to your company and do something about it, right? And a lot of people did that. But sadly, it's usually it kind of stuck at upper management. They didn't support you the right way, or and it doesn't go as well. But the kind of same energy happened to enterprise agility class that we have. But instead of programmers, we have executive attending the class, and they seem like they found some answer. They found some inspiration, and they went back to their organization and they actually did something. To me, it's kind of like my guess would be, or my feeling that after I talked to some of them, is that they were looking for some answer on how could they help supporting agile, or what does agile means to them. It doesn't mean I like your feedback in the class that if we look at flight level, it doesn't mean the upper level is more important, lower level is doing less important thing, but they're just looking at the world in different ways, right? They're talking in different language, but there's nothing to bridge them together, and flight level did that.
Yeah, I think that's an important point. It's not about better or worse or so. We're solving different problems. Yeah, that's good to know that it's not just in Europe that C-level people are usually not part of public training classes. I mean, but it's a good thing. So what I followed is that after the training, some of them, they really started doing something. You also did some flight level stuff right after the training. So what are your experience, and what do you know from the others?
I suppose it just came at the right time. We didn't plan for this, but then for one particular customer, they're doing a lot of level 3, level 2 thing, and then they asked us to help in some of the level 2 system. Level 2 mean coordination, kind of like project, simply put, right? We were helping the team, project team, figure it out how would they should work together. It's kind of, something surprised me is that usually, as an agile coach, we usually came in and even though we try not to do it for the customer, but they always ask us on what should I do, how should I do this, help us define the process, for example. But with flight level, it's kind of like, it's a coaching tool. The tools allow them to figure it out by themselves. On how should they work together, how would they design their own process, and obviously the engagement level really go up high, and I can see that they will own the process and improve it in the future. And we also got another really unique and good opportunity that there was one company, about 200-300 people, that this is not even an IT company. They don't do any coding. It was I would just say there's a non-IT company, right? And they want to go agile for the whole company, and they already start doing the squad thing at the beginning, the Spotify model, right? But then it's kind of they found some challenge, I would say, on how would it's just the beginning, right? You have a people working in cross-functional team in squad with tribe, but then how would they interact with each other? But flight level just came in the right time, because we help them finding the tool to make all these team work together, and all at the same time we also put in OKR, to set the objective of the whole company and allow them to how would they synchronize all these objective and key result and the action and the project that they work on, and to make sure that all the company go in the same direction. It's just a starting, but it looked very promising.
Yeah, that's nice. Cool. Well, actually, we are currently here at an organization in Bangkok where we are also where we are starting with the flight levels. So it's roughly 30,000 people here.
I wouldn't call it big, but it's huge.
Yeah,
it's huge.
And it's nice. And I think the beauty of the approach is also that there is already some agility going on in this organization here. So they have scrum teams here, some squads over there, some tribes over there, and whatever. And flight levels just is somehow the glue. So it glues everything a little bit together, and you don't need to change actually a lot of your ongoing agile implementation. It's more like the glue. It glues the islands, the agile islands together. And today we came up with not today, even the last days, we came up with an architecture here, and which was actually quite challenging for 30,000 people. But still, I think we're making great progress here, and thanks for your help for this.
You're welcome. To me, it's people were asking me, it is a new scale agile framework. If I do safe, you don't have to stop doing that, or if you do less, you should. If this is a better alternative, to me it's like an add-on, right? You do whatever you're doing right now, and you just plug this in, and it would help you improve whatever you're doing.
Yeah,
right?
The glue.
Okay, the glue, yes. Super glue.
Super glue. Cool. Thanks, Kulawat. So anything else you want to talk about?
Oh, okay. I can think of one thing. People often ask me, and how would they learn more about flight level? Obviously, they can attend your class or buy your books, right? But they say if there's like a Thai version of this knowledge, and I would say the good news is we are. Thanks to Klaus, we are in a progress. We have a work in progress of translating his latest book, Rethinking Agile, and hopefully it would come out this year.
Soon.
Soon, yes.
Yeah, looking very much forward to the translation.
Yeah.
Looks cool. Perfect.
Me too, yeah.
Cool. But I think that's it for today.
That's it for today.
Thank you so much for your time, and yeah, that's it. See you again soon.
See you soon. สวัสดีครับ สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ